I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the cluck and how to practice a good cluck, so that you are actually progressing on your goose call. A lot of people that I've hunted with or even like talked to, they're like, "Oh yeah, let's do a cluck together. Like we're going to call together." And I'm like, "Okay, do a cluck." And then they do this. That's a honk. That is a honk. Okay? This is a cluck. That's a cluck. Okay? So, another thing that I've noticed with people who are goose calling or just getting into goose calling, they can only do one tone of cluck. So they're always making the same note over and over and over again, which isn't realistic. It's just one goose popping off in a flock of geese, like in your decoys. No, it's not realistic. So what you need to do is, I've heard Rusty Huron on Facebook call it a cluck scale. And that's where you make the lowest cluck you can make by either keeping your hand closed a little bit more and you're putting less air into the call. And then once you start at the bottom and you work your way up to the highest cluck. I'm going to do that for you, the cluck scale. So those all sound just a little bit different, but when you break it up, it can sound like... So you want to sound like multiple geese, and in order to do that, you need to be able to produce different sounding clucks. Dogs everywhere. Dogs everywhere. The goose call attracts them. So I'm going to try to do it in the back of the call. Like I've said in previous episodes or videos, my insert is broken, so I can't really blow in the back, so I'll just do it into the back of this whistle. So here's my lowest cluck. You can kind of hear what I'm doing differently with my throat and my air pressure. I'm going faster for a higher cluck, and I'm going slower for a lower cluck. So it's just something you're going to have to practice. Sound like different geese. And that starts with the cluck. It's the most used note by a goose. Hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit. I'm just going to run through that cluck scale one more time. And this is something that you can practice. Once you get different sounding clucks, you're going to be a lot more successful out in the field. So there's two different geese right there. Once you can get the different sounding clucks, you're going to be a much better goose caller, and then you can transition into the harder notes like the spit cluck, double cluck, triple cluck, and this is actually essential for learning how to do the double and triple cluck, because you can't do 2 clucks and 3 clucks if you can't do 1 cluck. So, common sense. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you.